The New York Jets left Sam Darnold for dead, but there is hope for the fourth-year quarterback with the Carolina Panthers. Darnold has Carolina off to a hot start, and he's proving people who doubted him in New York wrong. But first, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're daily uploading every day, so make sure you don't miss a new video. You couldn't have written it up any better in a movie. In Sam Darnold's debut with the Carolina Panthers, he had to face off against, of course, the New York Jets. It was the perfect revenge game opportunity, and Darnold delivered in front of a home crowd that included a lot of emotionally confused Jets fans. Now, Darnold didn't necessarily blow it out of the water, but he did enough to win and protected the ball. Week 2 definitely included a bigger challenge against the New Orleans Saints, who shockingly dominated the Green Bay Packers the week prior. Carolina didn't just win, they beat the Saints down. It was 17-0 at half, and there was no coming back. It is early on, but as Carolina sits at 2-0 to start the year, it's safe to say that the Panthers feel pretty good about trading away 3 picks for Darnold. It's a shame thinking back of what could have been for Darnold in New York and where it all went wrong. But first, we have to rewind. The New York Jets lost back-to-back AFC Championship games in 2009 and 2010, but they couldn't get to the big game. And since then, everything's gone south for them. Mark Sanchez was stable for a while before the quarterback carousel of Geno Smith, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Josh McCown went on for the following seasons. The Jets knew that they needed to find a franchise quarterback if they wanted to win, and they looked at the 2018 NFL Draft to do so. New York owned the rights to the number 3 pick and had the choice of 4 top quarterbacks: Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, and Lamar Jackson. Hindsight is 2020 looking back now.
There were 9 mistakes made ahead of me.
What?
But Sam Darnold was one hell of a prospect coming out of college. Most people thought he was going to go number 1 overall before Baker Mayfield came out of nowhere and won the Heisman Trophy. He only started at USC for 2 seasons and absolutely dominated. He lost his first career start as a freshman, but the Trojans didn't lose a single game for the rest of the year. Darnold went on to win Pac-12 Freshman Offensive Player of the Year, and it was well deserved. He was a Heisman favorite going into 2017, but with a ton of roster turnaround, he got off to a slow start, but did eventually recover. The season didn't exactly hurt his draft stock, but did leave plenty of room for Mayfield to pass him as the best in the class. Darnold ended up being named first team All Pac-12 and made the smart decision to jump to the pros. Darnold obviously landed in the Big Apple and earned the starting job in camp. His first career pass went literally as bad as possible. It was picked off by Quandre Diggs, who returned it for a touchdown. Darnold played about how you'd expect a rookie to, but then he suffered a foot injury that sidelined him for 3 weeks. And when he came back, he looked like a different player. He was confident and making good decisions, but the Jets stayed the same. They kept losing. Darnold's hot end to the season led to some big expectations for 2019, but he definitely did improve, but it was overshadowed by 2 pretty hilarious moments. Darnold ended up missing 3 games with mono. Dude is a grown-ass man. Like, how did that even happen? Then, 1 week later, after returning from his kissing disease, Darnold got caught with a brutal soundbite saying he was seeing ghosts during a game against the Patriots.
Seeing ghosts.
Now, I'm not sure he'll ever live that one down, but dude was definitely seeing something that day. He tossed 4 interceptions against the Patriots in true Jets fashion. Darnold did improve a lot from his rookie season, but the following season, he declined. 2020 was a rough year. He missed more time due to injury and played significantly worse than his rookie season. He completed less than 60% of his passes and had more interceptions than touchdowns. Let's be real here. That's just not gonna get it done. The Jets realized they needed to go in a different direction for a franchise guy, and it helped that the Adam Gase disaster was over with, making it easier to just have a fresh start with a new coach and quarterback. So much of a young quarterback's success in the pros comes from a good coach. Patrick Mahomes alongside Andy Reid is the perfect example. But wow, did Darnold lose the draw on that one. His rookie season was spent with a lame duck coach in Todd Bowles, who pretty much everyone knew was going to be fired after the season. Then he got stuck with Adam Gase, the same Adam Gase that managed to hold back Ryan Tannehill and nearly ruin his career before the Tennessee Titans gave him another shot and turned him into a star. It also doesn't help that he was plagued with a bad roster and bad front office in general. He was absolutely doomed from the start, but things look a little bit different in Carolina. Instead of a coach on the hot seat, Darnold gets to fit into Matt Rule's second year with the Panthers. Carolina got so close to the promised land under Ron Rivera, but it wasn't enough, and now they have to start over. If Rule can find his franchise quarterback by giving up a little in a trade, that's huge. It goes without saying that Darnold already has better weapons around him in Carolina than his entire tenure in New York. DJ Moore is a stud. Darnold already has a great relationship with Robbie Anderson during their time with the Jets, and oh yeah, it helps having the best running back in the league in Christian McCaffrey as well.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I genuinely think that the Carolina Panthers have a shot at taking off within the next few years. They've already made a lot of strides in less than 2 seasons. The Teddy Bridgewater experiment didn't work out in 2020, but I think the biggest thing was Rule having the awareness to make a move. Often when a team gives a player that kind of money, they stick with him, even if he's clearly not the guy. Sticking with a bad quarterback can cost you, especially if you're a championship caliber team. Look at the Los Angeles Rams. They very well could have made another Super Bowl run if they had a quarterback other than Jared Goff last year. Now, they've made that big move and are a better team because of it. The Panthers aren't playing for a Super Bowl this year though. It's pretty clear that this is a team on the uprise, but a contender. Carolina is in a tough spot sitting in the NFC South with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Until Tom Brady retires, the division is likely going to be dominated by Tampa Bay. The new rule of 3 wildcard teams could end up being a huge benefit for Carolina, potentially even this year. The Atlanta Falcons are straight up terrible, and the New Orleans Saints are somewhat of a question mark right now. It is early in his time in Carolina, but Sam Darnold already looks like a different player than we saw in New York. Matt Rule is building something with the Panthers, and if Darnold can be that quarterback of the future, they're going to be sitting pretty for the next couple of years. It's entirely possible that this is another Ryan Tannehill situation, a story of a good quarterback whose career was buried under Adam Gase, but took off once they got away. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Click right here to subscribe to the channel, and if you don't want to, or you already do because you're freaking amazing, then click right here to watch another video. Also, check us out on all of our socials, TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter, because it's football season and you know we'll have you covered over there as well. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow for another video, because we're daily uploading now, so you won't have to go a single day without J&D Productions content. Thank you guys for sticking all the way to the end, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
What's the biggest difference from playing with the Panthers than your situation in New York?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk too much about New York.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy this city, not join them! I hate you!